let's move on and do some very quick hit, miss, maybe. If you are tuned into the podcast, you may or may not get to hear all of hit, miss, maybe of the new Tudor watch for all you keen on cycling, the Artime ART01-5N, something from Hublot, and maybe if there's time, something from Formex. That may all be on the podcast, or it may be split between the podcast and the YouTube channel. So if you still want to find out more, go and check out the YouTube channel, A Blog to Watch Weekly Live. So here we go. First up, we were just speaking about value proposition chronographs, Tudor Pelagos FXD Chrono. It feels to me like it's all gone quite silent across the FXD Chrono side of things, Ripley, but you got to review this. What do you make of it?
I did not get a chance to see it. I just read up the news story. It looks like an interesting piece. I think it's interesting how they've kept the FXD Chrono. This is the second execution. Both have been rather niche racing sports. One we get boat racing. This is bike racing. But it's an interesting watch. I don't know how practical it is actually to time the cycling aspect of it, but I like that Tudor's making quirky sports watches because that is an inherent part of the brand's DNA, and it's not something that they do all that often. They've been doing a lot of vintage inspired stuff, so a cycling watch seems like a fairly modern thing for Tudor to do and seems on brand for the company as a whole.
What's the case material, Ripley?
It's carbon composite with titanium bits.
Ooh.
So it's basically
Titanium
like
bits.
the FXD Alinghi one, but it uses a fixed bezel and instead of a rotating one. But yeah, carbon composite with titanium case back and bushers and crown.
David, are you printing something out in the middle of the podcast?
I am not. It's Ripley's shuffling something. I'm that silent. I don't know what it is. But I do have to bring these out because I never have them on hand.
I printed these out. That's what I was.
Well,
yeah.
Can I confess that I've lost my miss? So everything's either going to be a hit or a maybe. I don't know if I've done my miss, but that's quite good anyway.
Oh, that's funny.
Let's give this a vote. Is this a hit, a miss, or a maybe? 1, 2, 3, go. Maybe. A hit from David and 2 maybes. David, justify yourself.
I like it. It's just cool. A little bit weird with the snowflake hand. That's the only thing that sticks out. I quite like the odd flange ring and the black and red theme. Very cool. It's just a cool looking watch, even though the single bar lock structure is on this also, right, Ripley?
Yeah, anything with the FXD, it's going to be that fixed bar. In the lug.
That's what I thought. Yeah, the fixed bar is kind of odd, but otherwise, it's just a cool watch. I would still get the pink dial one, though, not this one, but it's cool.
Good stuff. Ripley, why is it a maybe from you?
I'd want to see it in the carbon composite first before really forming a decision. I think I love it in concept. I love that they're doing this. I think a cycling watch is fun. I mean, it's no more or less useless than a regular tachymeter, something on your. So I think it's I love the concept of it. I'm not sure how it would feel in person, if it would feel at all kind of like cheap or a little too lightweight for the price. So I'd really want to handle it, but I love the concept of it. I think it's pretty good looking. It's probably too big for my wrist, but I'm Breitling guy, so never mind. It's fine. Yeah.
Every day you're growing a little bit more. Yeah, I give it a maybe. I'm just not sure how usable the tachymeter scale on it. It looks absolutely minuscule.
Rick, how useful is any tachymeter scale? When was the last time you were driving and actually let me maintain a speed for a full mile, constant speed, let you know how fast I'm going?
But I'd at least like the illusion that it's useful, and I'm not sure that this even gives me the illusion that it's useful. It looks like you need to carry a microscope along with it in order to identify what it is. I mean, there's 3 layers on the tachymeter scale, which I don't even understand. It's like I don't understand. I mean, I thought that I don't know what it's like trying to be a Navi timer almost. with the amount of information it's trying to tell you. I do like a snowflake hand though, so that's why it still maintains its maybe. And doesn't
Actually,
go coolness.
Rick, there's 4 layers. So if you look at the 7-minute marker ish, like the 10-minute marker on the dial, there's actually 4. So it starts at 240 and then goes down to like,
yeah. I do love the fact that you're having to tilt your head on the video to
Yes.
Yes, if you go just there's a layer there where
240
there's 4
kilometers an hour. Like,
yes.
what are you doing on a bike?
But anyway, so it's just it's not going to do what it's designed to do fundamentally.
Yes,
it's completely impractical. So there we go. That's why I get to maybe. Okay, next up. This little stunner, which is a hands-on with the Artime ART01-5N Tourbillon watch. I confess, I do largely like these. Ripley, you got hands-on with it. Did it survive contact with the enemy?
I love these things. The original titanium version from last year was one of the coolest pieces I saw in Geneva last year. This one's now in rose gold. Awesome piece. It's this multi-component sapphire in rose gold case. The bridges and wheels are made out of white gold, so it's a largely gold watch. It doesn't have a regular crown, so it's like a function selector. You push it, it switches between winding and setting and neutral, like kind of Richard Mille style. Super cool piece. Cool from every angle. Very expensive, but very lovely.
How expensive?
265 or something like the 260.
It's 247, I think.
247, is it?
Yes, $247,000.
Okay, not too bad.
$250,000, yeah.
Oh, it's under $250,000. It's under the $250,000. Okay.
Just what you need.
Just what you need.
Yeah, so hit, miss, or maybe. 1, 2, 3, go. Maybe, miss it. We have a variety. I gave it a maybe because
it's shaped like a panerai, vaguely.
Because it's shaped vaguely like that. That's as good a reason as any. It's shaped vaguely like a panerai. So I give it a maybe. If they could have done so, is that crown? Is that the standard position of the crown, Ripley?
Yes, it has a sticky out crown and it's vaguely shaped like a panerai. That's why you like it, Rick.
That's why I like it. Yay! Sorted. That's all the aesthetic that I need. David, how did you vote?
The sticky out crown gets me. That it even has that. I voted a miss because I was thinking like, how much is it going to cost? Like $47,000, maybe $87,000, but it's $247,000, and I just don't see where that money is going. Not even close. Not even close.
I love the pieces. It's kind of made from the people behind it are kind of like they come from all different sides of the industry, all with very impressive resumes. It's all very well executed, interesting case construction. If I was going to be buying a $250,000 like ridiculous independent, this is 100% what I would be getting. This or
what?
A couple others.
I mean, a Ferdinand Berthoud is 100,000 less than this. And it's in another league in terms of finishing and construction and everything else. 100,000 less.
But can I see through the lugs? Like, look at this thing. This thing is so
rad. We'll drill it out for you. If for 100,000, they will drill those lugs for you.
Can I see my own arm hair?
Yeah, well, I love how the sapphire extends over there. I don't have much arm hair, so I think I'm a perfect candidate. My warm tan will just shine through the sapphire of the watch.
Am I right in saying this has got a Velcro strap?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm getting the wrong kind of goosebumps. I mean, it's like the big Berthoud, the big one with the Fusée chain, with the 600-piece chain and whatever, is exactly $247,000. And if you look at that watch, and then you look at this, which is just basically a straightforward tourbillon in a way, it's there's no comparison, really.
But David, if you look at it squint with your eyes slightly shut and your head tilted, it could say David Braden underneath
Yes,
the Artime. That could be your name.
I did see that. Yes, that's actually true.
Yes.
Now I understand it. Now I get
it. Good stuff. Good stuff. Maybe for that money they'll put your own name.
That's
on
100 grand right there.
100 grand right there. Good stuff. Right. Let's move on to a brand that just doesn't seem to have got much in the way of coverage during or after Watches and Wonders. And normally they at least do something that gets everyone's attention. David, hands on the Hublot Spirit of Big Bang Sapphire watch. You like it?
Oh, well, yes, very much. People will hate me for this after I dislike that Tourbillon, but it's half the price almost. It's $143,000, and it's freaking sapphire, all of it. Everything you can see in the case, it's sapphire. I remember when the first Richard Milles and Cecil Pernils came out with sapphire cases. They said that they took 1,000 hours to machine the cases. A lot less complicated cases to be fair. And these take 100 hours to finish now, and they are almost exactly a tenth of the price, which is interesting, right? So for 140 something thousand to get a full sapphire case watch of this complexity is quite interesting. I took some macros of the case, and it's in the article. The engineering here is just unreal in this case, really.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool stuff.
Okay, let's give it a vote. Is it a hit? Is it a miss? Or is it a maybe? 1, 2, 3, go. Hit. Three hits. Yeah. It was either a miss or a hit. It's not. There's nothing maybe about this watch.
That's true.
It's not a maybe. I think it's close to being a miss. It just the black pushers. What are they? Are they made of something exotic?
They're not black. The pushers are in polished, I think, titanium or something, but sometimes they reflect black because of the mirror polish there. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I'll give it a hit because fundamentally it's a sapphire watch, and who doesn't want a sapphire watch? Ripley, why would this be a hit?
Well, I love Sapphire Hublots, and I love the Sound Bleu line. I think, regardless of legibility, I think they're just super, super cool looking. Now, you put those two together, and this looks like a prop out of some, wild movie, and it's going to be expertly executed to boot. Super, super cool piece. Yeah, what else more? 100% cool. You might not wear this every single day, but that's not the point. If you're the type of person who owns this, you probably own lots of watches anyway. So this is peak novelty, really, really rad, super different as well. I'd rock one on each wrist.
David, you voted a hit. If you had one, how often would you wear it?
Every day.
Would you?
Yeah, I wouldn't think twice, honestly.
Rid of all the rest of the collection goes because this is your only watch.
I would wear it, yeah, all the time. My only worry is that I would get bored with it in a year or something like that. That's just how weird I am. But I honestly think that I would just be over it in about a year.
And what would they just be hard drugs or something? Would then need to fulfill that empty void? What would you do when you got bored of life, getting bored of this?
You'd get a Creedor.
It's just more diamonds and colored sapphires from then on. This would be like a nice intersection between wearing, whatever I'm wearing and all the rainbow gem set, whatever. So this is just bang on in the middle for a year. This buys me a year's time of watch wearing before I get burned out for life. It's great.
Good stuff. Well, that is our show for this week. We hope that you aren't all burned out of watches just yet, as we have plenty more to discuss. We'll be back with a full squad next week, hopefully, and we'll have some guests on potentially as well to play hit miss maybe with us. Other than that, we're all away to dream of Creedors and Sapphire Hublots and wonder why we too are not on the waiting list for a Rolex Daytona. So yeah, goodbye from me and goodbye from these guys. Goodbye.
Bye, everyone. Rick, you didn't ask what we are wearing and where we are, but I am wearing a watch.
Okay, so post-match, David is wearing a watch. David, what are you wearing?
It's the new Chopard Millimilia Jackie X edition.
Oh,
In
very
for
good,
review.
Very good. Ripley, are you wearing anything that is worthy of us also have a post-meeting note?
Oh, yes.
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 Breitling man
The,
is still here.
the double quarter pounder. That's with cheese.
And I'm still in Scotland, still wearing a Panerai, and that's definitely goodbye from all of us now. Goodbye.
Cheers.